Hello, good morning. Welcome to Issues Reaching You from Oweleke TV. When you see us beaming with all smiles like this, just know that our camera guys are doing wonders to us this morning. How are you, Pamela? And how are you, Chris? Good morning, guys.
Fine. Good morning.
You look stunning.
You too.
I was,
Looking up to
you
you.
know, I knew something was obvious this morning, but I wouldn't want to talk about it. Let's hear from Chris. Chris, how are you?
Why are you so straight?
See, Chris, every morning comes with different attitude for Chris. I'm sure our viewers would always look out for Chris. Today he has decided to be what's this cartoon character that doesn't talk? Like looks like the frog and he just nods it and all of that.
And you still
Chris,
love
are you alright? All right, then our viewers at home. Today we'll be talking about.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too,
How are
Chris.
you?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. You look great in purple, I must say.
I just told Ramsey, I said, if I had known I would have come with the agbada of these clothes.
Oh wow.
So that I can balance well, so that I can intimidate two of you.
Okay, all right.
We are already
all right.
intimidated.
You are
You don't have to
intimidated
go far.
already. Yeah.
Good to see you.
All right, now viewers at home. Now we're talking about nanny torture that employers key to death, employer-employee relationship gone sore. Before we delve into this topic properly, because of course it's a very dicey and it's a sensitive matter, we'd like to play a video where a nanny was brutalizing a boss's child. After this break. Welcome back. Now I know you've watched that video, but then doing justice to that particular video with me, it's Pamela, of course, and Chris. And now one would say the Bible has or the Holy Book has said the art of man is desperately wicked. I was saying before we came on air that one would think that with the way we all look beautiful and we have nice attires and dresses, one would think that our art is as equally right as
Is it a topic now, the video that's making you to speak, to talk this low?
it is a sensitive
It's a
matter.
really
Yeah,
sad
because it's a
incident.
sad incident. That
Mm.
video, it was something I couldn't bear myself to watch till the end.
Yeah.
Whatever happened, the child is innocent. That child did not deserve any of that. Because imagine we as adults, you receive just one slap.
Hmm.
The pain that comes with it. Now, how much more trampling on a baby? That baby was literally helpless, fighting a child like the child could actually defend him or herself. And the sad part now is the child is dead. But then I'll tell you to Chris first. I wouldn't say what's your take on this because it's evil. It only takes an evil person to support that video. And the question on everybody's mind is the person that recorded that video, why didn't you do something about it?
You know, when I watched that video yesterday, I immediately remember when Rex, my son, was of that age.
Hmm.
And I just imagined
A nanny.
a nanny
Hmm.
treating Rex that way. And no matter what it was, or no matter what happened between her and whoever, he said that lady was possessed or unnecessarily wicked,
Is still
or
on that possession.
try
Possessed.
she only got back to her employers
Mm-hmm.
through the child.
Hmm.
But in this case, I wouldn't say she went extreme. She was wicked, totally wicked. When she first of all stood on his leg I thought that was the end.
Or when she used
She
the
went
mop
again
stick.
to carry the stick,
To start.
hit him all over his body. As if that was not enough, she went out, came back, stood on his stomach, and then what kind of what? Let us even imagine that there was a problem or her employers were maltreating her.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't you just walk away?
It's not
Hey,
always
on
easy.
a child.
It's not always
Why not
easy. I
just
know.
walk away?
Okay.
I would even prefer she even run away with the child self. Let them look for her, just like they look for her now. She's now already
She's now
in the police custody.
Mhm.
Why kill that innocent child? And she has bought for herself life imprisonment.
The problem is not just the fact that she killed the child. Imagine the pain that child went through before
Okay,
that.
for me, I would say there's actually no justification for what that lady has done. There is nothing you people will say that will qualify or justify that
yeah.
she has done well. She actually did very, very
Evil.
bad and evil stuff. But now the thing is, I don't know what has transpired between she and the employer, but I feel she's being pained. Like maybe she was not being treated
It felt
properly
like she was
because
yeah.
she's just too young to perpetrate such an evil
She should be in her
act.
teens.
Yes, she's too. That's what struck me when I watched that video. For a young girl to do such a thing, that means they must have done a lot of evil to her too.
But
to be
you
able to
now
do
let
that
me
to the
bust your
next
bubbles.
person.
You realize that sometimes people are not even evil because you know what they say about cause and effect. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Yes. But then I can assure you that there's some people that you do not even have to do anything evil to them before they are.
Yes, that's
wicked.
when you are an adult, right? But this is a child. You are talking about a young girl here. If not that, if it's not possession, then there's nothing anybody will tell me. It's just that maybe she was not actually being treated fair, and she felt in her heart that this is the only way I can actually get back to my employer.
If you look at that lady very well, the way she dressed, it looks like she was coming from the bedroom. And maybe she just wanted, and then the child was already coming out of the room. I think it was at the door. Probably she
and it was raining. The child was close to the rain.
Exactly. So now I am thinking she went to bed and then she was ready to carry her bag to run away from the house. And then the only thing she could do to maybe get back at, if that is what it is to maybe.
You know, sometimes this maid or nanny might. For me, I think that action was the fact that maybe she kept the baby inside. She was going to have a bath, and the baby have to now. She was surprised to see the baby outside. What are you doing at the door? Maybe I feel that was what actually prompted her. I'm not there. I just feel that's what prompted her to actually.
But do you think before that video actually leaked? I mean, someone recorded. I feel like maybe this something was not a one-time thing. It must have been happening over and over again because whoever recorded was obviously their neighbor.
Yeah, the child didn't die immediately. Probably the person that recorded that video
put out the video after the child died.
No, maybe the person may have seen her behave that
way before. Yes.
Now this time around, now she felt okay. The only way I can prove that this lady is maltreat this child is to video.
But I feel like that's the extreme. You waiting there and recording. Yes, we're in social media age. And you know, I've always said that there are a lot of sensitization that needs to go on. Well, take a look at, let's take a detour from this matter and go to Junior Pope's matter. When he was rescued from the river, they said he didn't die immediately. But people were more bothered about recording what was going on than giving CPR at that point. And that's just a one-off. We've had several cases where people are in danger and people could have easily helped them, but people would rather bring out their cameras. Nothing stops you from saying, oh, I've caught you. Fine, yeah? I have proof on my phone. Then you go ahead and save the baby.
Breaking news.
They want to be the first person to break the news.
Everybody wants to say that.
To trend.
Yeah, everybody wants to trend. And that is a negative impact of social media.
Yes.
At that point, she came back and then she used her hand to hit that child. And then when she was going to carry the stick, the person that did that video ought to have rushed down and through the rain and then stop her. If possible, if you can beat her and then tell her that I'm going to show.
You see the part where she stepped on the baby's tummy?
Yes.
And she pulled the child back. At that point, I feel any sane person would stop.
For me, I feel the person recording would have also been arrested.
Exactly.
Because he or
you
she
watched.
Went extra. Imagine me, I couldn't even watch that video to the end. When I started, I was like cringing. I said, what is this? Then imagine you having to record that's very
Just
sad
because you want
incident.
proof.
Because you want, who cares whether you want proof or you want to trend on social media? That's what me I call abuse of social media.
Social media,
Because
yeah.
people
I
just
think
want to
very
go
soon now
there.
we have to start calling out people who video incidents like this instead of rescuing or providing solutions
Solutions.
to issues that was going on.
Mm.
Because you can't. Like I told you guys on this program about a week ago. If I am on the steering, I don't pick call. I don't pick call.
Because
It is a
anybody
good
can
thing.
actually
Yes,
call
because
you.
anything
They
can
can break
happen.
any
Yeah.
news
Even
to
in the
you.
office, see, my wife, my mother know when to call me. It is something I have developed for myself over the past 10 years. Once I, except if you call me 2 times and then I didn't pick, if there is something so serious that I need to pay attention to, text me, then I will pick or I will call you back. But that I'm in the office, you say you want to call me, you want to hear from you, how is your child, how is your wife, or how is work, I just left home, man. Or you can call me in the evening, you know when I will be at home. So this media, throughout last year, I think I was discussing with one of
Someone,
our,
yeah,
I say throughout last year I decided not to be on social media. In fact, the Facebook account I'm using now, I deliberately opened it. I left the one that
Your
by now would
personal.
have been giving me money.
Mhm.
I left it. There was one of these big what's it called, a television station about 2 years ago. I don't want to mention his name, but after that I'll mention his name. The person knew he can't forget ever crossing my path. Here in Abuja here, he knows what he can never forget that incident. By I think 2 weeks later, the program he was anchoring on that television station was seized from his hand because I investigated him down and I brought out my proof. So what am I trying to? People should learn how to pay attention to details, not necessarily when you have to video everything.
Everything.
You saw that somebody took a first step, second step, and then you
There.
waited until she had to
the
stand on
point.
the
That's
final
really,
point.
really,
In fact, that
bad.
person is even a culprit.
Yes, that's what Pamela
Yes.
said. I
It's
affirm to
actually
that.
part of it.
Okay, now so two questions before we wrap it up. First things first, I feel like the parents would have seen the sign because it doesn't look like it's a one-off thing. What do you think parents need to pay attention to more when it comes to nanny and their children? Even though we know that being careful is not enough because people would always be people.
You know, most times people just go to the village and just say, "Get me one girl,"
Mm-hmm.
and they'll just bring the person. You know nothing about it. Just few days back or few weeks back, my mom was actually wanting to get a nanny for one of her friends, but now she has to go down to the background, like the foundation of that person. Where is he coming from? How is she? Is he old enough? Is she in school? Like, you have to ask to know what's up. You expect from that person. That's number one. You have to go down, check the roots, the foundation of the person you're bringing into your house. And carefulness is also very important. You have to be observant. Once the person comes into the house, you don't just, I've gotten a nanny that will take care of me and then relax. No, you can't do that. You have to still watch. This is your family, this is your child you're talking about. You have to watch them carefully. Let me see what, you can even test them and just like find a way to discover who this person actually is that is coming into my house. That's the thing that should be done at least.
Okay, now to you, Chris. You know that of course the federal government has been talking about the ripple effect of social media in a negative light. Do you think there are things that we need to do more to actually safeguard people? Because I feel like if there are rules and regulations guiding social media saying there's some content you cannot put out there, people will be more bothered about helping people than recording to put on social media.
Just before this program, we're outnumbered, and I also called out the National Orientation Agency. As far back as 1997, 98, 99, there was no a day that passes without you hearing one information or the other from National Orientation Agency. People need to be educated on. There are programs like this should be on every social media, every mainstream media, and all that. It's not only like we now. What are we doing? We are reacting.
Analyzing.
We are analyzing and reacting the aftermath of
what has
happened.
What has happened. That would have been
prevented.
But these are things. That is why each time I sit down to remember how to produce a program, I try to look at what happened in the society. Not necessarily, you can just imagine something that is possible, not only when it happens. We can also bring out such topic before it happens.
Mhm.
Then tomorrow people will say, oh, this program, we watched it on Oweleke TV and all that. Anyway, that aside, we don't even need federal government to teach us as an adult, to teach us that these are the things we need to do, the things we ought to do to save life. Do I need somebody now to tell me what to do to protect the life of my son? I don't need the federal government to do that. So extend that hands of fellowship to another person. That aside, let us not look at it from maybe nanny stuff. We should also look at it from employee and employer relationship. Let those who are bringing in people, that you have employed somebody does not make the person less a human being. Some employers are so wicked that they can dehumanize your entity.
Yes.
They don't even care whether you're a human being. They don't care about your feelings. Theirs is to make sure their job is more than anything. So the aftermath effect, if that is the case between this lady
and the employer,
this girl, not a lady, this girl and the employer, could be the reason why they have lost their child. We are not justifying that act of wickedness, but we are also saying that you should try and also love somebody that is working for you. Though some people you may love them, but they will still go ahead, but sparingly, if very, very minimal.
I like this one.
I like the way you wrap it up.
No matter what we are doing, humanity first. People should always get that in their head, that humans first before any other thing. We should try to extend hands of love, hands of kindness to the next person. I feel it will help, because most times people don't even know what love entails. It's another person that have to give them love, so that for them to understand what it really is.
Okay, all right. So they've taken the words right out of my mouth, and this is where we wrap it up for today on the issues and what is trending. I remain Mercy Babajide. See you same time, same station tomorrow. Bye for now.
Follow us on our social media handles at Oweleke TV. Visit our website at www.oweleketv for a thrilling journey. Oweleke TV, rising star at the fairground.